What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chishi Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Ma'am, hurry up and have kids before it's too late. No more wasting time. Let's get it.
Someone just told me to hurry up and have kids before it's too late. Too late for what? I'm 45 years old. I don't understand why people are still bothering me about having kids. I mean, menopause is right around the corner. Like, why do I have to have a kid now? I made the decision to go child-free in my mid to late 20s. It served me really well. I'm going to be honest. I wanted to be selfish. I wanted to do whatever I wanted all of the time. Don't get me wrong. I love kids. I love their energy. After the age of 5.
Okay.
Toddlers seem like a lot of work. They're always screaming and they're always crying and puking, and I just couldn't. And how do you guys afford kids? I mean, really? Kids these days, an 8-year-old wants a PS5. I went to the mall and some little kid had a better designer bag than me.
Expensive.
I see a lot of moms struggling too, and frankly, I don't know what's worse.
Oh, shots fired.
Struggling with trying to bring up upstanding citizens, them struggling with the constant exhaustion, them struggling with the expense. It's not for me.
Struggling with baby daddies.
It absolutely is not for me. I never really wanted to be a mom. I don't think I have a biological clock. If you make the decision to be child-free, stick to it. Don't let anybody sway you, because they will try until you are lying in your coffin to make you have kids.
Okay. I see nothing wrong with this video at all. I see nothing wrong with this video.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
After doing this type of content for a while now, a lot of people have, misconceptions about where I stand. And listen, in most cases, I'm like, guys, here's what's going on in the world, in the dating market. You decide how you want to live your life. But sometimes, I'll very strongly give my opinion on different topics. In this specific situation, man, I don't see anything wrong with what this woman has stated. She has said she has never wanted to have kids since about mid to her late 20s. She made a deliberate effort. And she also says that she doesn't have a biological clock. Now, I thought about it. I said, yes, you do. But then I really started to think about what she was saying there. What she was saying is, to her, it doesn't matter, right? Her life is not based on biological clock of having kids. And I see nothing wrong with women who decide, you know what? I don't want kids. I don't see them in my future. I don't care about a biological clock. I want to be this rich auntie, this boss babe who's out here pursuing what I want to do, right? Traveling, maybe helping take care of other people's kids, etc. I see nothing wrong with this. My issue in a lot of cases is when a woman says everything this woman has said and then says, I eventually want a family, but you're 45. And I eventually want kids and I can figure it out. I'm going to find it. It's going to work somehow. A man's going to drop out of the sky. No, she doesn't care. And that is okay. I will also add this. If you guys know, I had 10 years where I was working in retirement homes with the old folks, getting to know a lot of people, and you get to know a lot about life, just conversating with the elderly. And in my experience working with the elders, I'm talking about people who were in their 70s, 80s, 90s, hundreds, married, not married. I remember I had a pretty good relationship with a married couple, and they were older. They were in a retirement home. The husband was not alert. The wife was more alert, and she would, take interest in me, ask me questions, things like that. And we talked. And I did ask her questions about, did you wish you had kids? And I remember she paused and thought about it. And she said, you know what? No, I don't think kids were for me. And I don't wish I had them. And I looked at her. She looked like she actually meant that. Now, with that being said, this lady did have a particularly difficult time in the retirement home because she really wasn't that bad in shape, right? She still was very alert, very smart woman. I mean, still had all her faculties there, but she was an older woman. She had all her faculties there. Her mind was still right and still sharp. And she ended up actually going back into her home after her husband passed. She had a difficult time figuring out who was going to take care of her when she got back home because she wasn't mobile, right? She didn't have any kids. And I remember that being a problem, but I don't remember her saying things like, I wish I had children to help me. But she did struggle compared to other people who I saw who had kids who came there and took care of them. And with all that being said, what I'm basically getting at here is there are women out here who don't want kids, and that's okay, right? That's the life they choose to live, as long as they take the consequences that come with those actions. There are consequences and responsibilities that definitely come with having a kid. I would say up front, you're probably having a less stressful life and might even be at peace. But will you have to deal with the consequences of not having children there who take care of you? Assuming that you have kids who are going to, take care of you, because we know there are some difficult relationships there or some children who feel otherwise. But again, I think it's a give and take. And if you're willing to take on the consequences of whatever decisions you decide to make in this life, then live your life, man. As always, we're going to check out a few of these comments and see what the people have to say. First comment here from another woman says, I totally agree. I decided not to have kids at 28 years old. I'm 72 and never regretted that decision. Case in point. The other woman responded back to her and says, you are goals. Good for us. Yeah. Another comment here from another woman says, I had my kid super early. I'm 40 now. He's 20. People constantly ask me when I'm giving him a sibling. They can go to hell. I hate it. Another comment here says, kids come with a different kind of pleasure that people with no kids will never get to experience. No other pleasure can compensate for it. And I think that's just one of the things you give up and you understand if you're not going to have kids. And another point I want to make is a lot of men get married for children. Dating definitely becomes difficult when you run into a woman who doesn't want kids, especially if that man is well off. A lot of these elderly women who pose as like these carefree, just having fun aunties, the problem is they also want to settle down with this high quality man, but the majority of those men want a woman who can carry their legacy on to the next generation, right? They want to settle down, they want to have kids. So there's conflict in that as well. Another comment here says, I decided to not have kids at 20. I can't tell you how many times I heard I was like that too. You'll change. Well, 20 years later, I didn't change my mind. Now, are there women out there who actually end up changing and regretting not having children? I'm sure. In fact, I did a video a while back of a news anchor, and she was in that exact same situation. She ended up just giving up her career, moving in with her, I'm sure you guys remember that video, moving in with her parents, adopting a child, and she made it work in that sense. I mean, she's still a single mother at the end of the day. Hopefully if she had a son, hopefully he has like some male guidance, etc. I think that's the painful thing is, what if you regret your decision later on in life? Another comment here from another woman says, I have one, all I get verbal abuse. Well, you don't need any, trust me. Wow, it's a dark comment there. Another comment here says, I made a decision to have two. I'm trying to be the best mom. However, I wish I could undo this. Not selfish, but just wish that. Mercy. Maybe a single mother. I don't know. Yeah. Yeesh. Imagine your mother saying she wishes she could undo having you. I don't know. Can a mom even say that and be honest in that way? Tough, very touchy subjects. Listen, guys, as always, curious to know what you think. Leave your comments down below. I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of the Coffee Pod. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.